Oh, phew. Holy moly! It's a great big pile of shit! Huh? Bloody censors. That was my best line in the whole game.
Oh my god, dude, I forgot about this. So my time as a kid, I played some really cool games and some weird ones as well. But this one stood out for me. But since I had like the old computers for games like Dare to Dream and Shadowgate, it was very exciting for me because it was an adventure. So, Blazing Dragons on the PS1 was such a silly, fun, and also tough point-and-click game as a child. It had a lot of children's humour as well as some adult humour. We'll get around to that later. There was a lot of children's humour as well as some adult humour that kids kind of wouldn't understand till they got older, like myself.
I need one of those, things. You know.
You mean one of those diddly bops you put on your, well, you know.
Exactly. But without the doohickey on the end.
Either you want a new bowstring for your crossbow, or I should slap your face. Either way, I can't help you.
It was also released on other platforms, but right now I'm going to be covering the PS1 version. Another fun fact, the Blazing Dragons series was also a TV series, but I really never got a chance to see it as a kid, unfortunately. So let's start off the story. You play as Flicker, a dragon who lives in Camelot, not Camelot, Camelot Castle, and is also an inventor. In this story, he is in love with a woman, not a woman, a dragon called Princess Flame, but is not eligible to ask for her hand in marriage because he is not knight-worthy. And so he goes on his adventure to start to become a knight and pass the trials that are hosted by the king to become one. Now the thing is with this game, it has a lot of Monty Python vibes, which is wonderful. But I believe it actually was heavily influenced by it, if I'm correct. But let's get down to the gameplay. As this is your generic, wacky point-and-click game, it has a lot of great things and also a lot of puzzle solving. And hell, even some funny little mini-games. And that's just not it. The humour and the dialogue is great.
If you like, I can give you my mum's recipe for fertilizer that will solve all your problems.
That's rather stand-up of you, Gas Flame. All is forgiven with that earlier business. So anyway, how's your mum these days?
Buried her last week. Dead, you know. Oh, just a minute, sire. Flicker lad, thanks for the help.
For Camelot!
That's it, coward! Run away and smash into those redwood trees, coward! Some warrior you are!
As this game is just your wacky point-and-click adventure, it has some really cool things in this game as well as some really tough puzzles and also some really good puzzles. Not to mention some of the mini-games and the humour that comes with it. Now back then, on computers, there wasn't really much of internet, so you couldn't look up a guide or anything, so you'd have to really grind on and think about it. As for me as a kid, it was very tough, but what makes this game really good is you would eventually figure it out like I did. There are many locations, and once you get out the castle, you'll get a magic map which will take you to locations, and the more you progress, the more the map opens up a bit more. Some of the locations are a bit, let's just say bonkers, but also quite humorous. The dialogue is absolutely spot on, even to this day. I absolutely love the dialogue. And when I mentioned about the humour that the kids won't understand until they're older, let's just give you some examples.
Oh, phew. Holy moly! It's a great big pile of shit! Huh? Bloody censors. That was my best line in the whole game.
The nicest thing about this game is it didn't even rely on memory cards. You could use a memory card, but back then I think memory cards were very expensive for the PS1, so puzzles and passwords. I'm guessing just mostly passwords, really, and that's about it. To anyone who's looking for a really good little nostalgia point-and-click game, I'd recommend this game, Blazing Dragons. Hope you enjoyed this little review. This is such a childhood memory for me, and I do come back on it from time to time. In fact, I recently found my old copy. Unfortunately, I don't have a PS1, so, you know, emulation. Please tell me what you think. What's your favorite point-and-click game? I'd love to hear it in the comments. And I do hope you enjoyed this video. You take care and have a wonderful day.